during the meditation. Everyone will have an LED lotus candle that you have received upon checking in, which will be used to create a peaceful atmosphere for your meditation. During the event, please place it next to you so that it is accessible. When the MCs give you the signal to switch it on, please note, the LED candle should not be switched on until asked to do so. Good evening and welcome everyone to the Dhammakaya International Meditation Center or Peace Point Meditation. We warmly thank you for being here with us this evening and hope you enjoy the meditation experience. I'm Jeanette. I'm your host this evening. We are gathering here today to experience peace and happiness and to relax our mind through meditation. The schedule for this evening's event is as follows. We will have a wisdom talk. We will have a lighting of the candles, followed by meditation, spreading loving kindness, and Q&A. This evening, we will be joining with the meditation centers that are located throughout the USA from West Coast to the East Coast via Zoom to express harmony, unity, and connecting the power of peace together on this special occasion, Full Moon Meditation Day. Our special guest monk, Venerable Daniel Dhammakaya, will lead the meditation via live Zoom stream, which will allow us to meditate at the same time. Once a month on a special day, the full moon day, we invite the guest monk who acquires advanced meditation levels from our headquarters to guide the meditation to the public. Meditation is a unique exercise for training the mind. With meditation, we hope to ultimately attain and maintain stillness of mind. The most important things to keep in mind while meditating is to feel relaxed, with our focus gently anchored wherever it feels most comfortable. Meditation helps us eliminate the effects of negativity, stress, and the pressures of our daily life. It allows us to stay positive and optimistic in spite of potential hardships. It focuses on strengthening the inner bond between the self and the center of the body, which creates inner peace, a calmer state of mind, and positive energy flow. With constant practice, one will be able to apply this technique to our daily life, which will eventually lead to a healthier and happier lifestyle. This positivity will make us immune to negativity and many other mental afflictions. Some examples of the health benefits of meditation include reduced anxiety, stronger immune system, better stress management, improved memory, enhanced sleeping patterns, awakened intuition, a relaxed body, and a feeling of inner peace. At 6 p.m., we will start to follow the live stream of the full moon meditation event via Zoom until near 7 o'clock p.m. Please place the pink lotus candle near the leg of your seat. After the teaching monk finishes the wisdom talk, we will give you the cue to pick up and turn on the light via the switch under the pink lotus. This evening, Venerable Nicholas Tanisaro will be our presiding monk at our full moon meditation. We're now going to wait for the live Zoom to begin. Good seeing you. Yeah. So we have some announcements. We would like to cultivate some inner peace. If you'd like to cultivate some inner peace with us again after today, you can do so every Sunday morning from 9 to 11 a.m. with Venerable Nicholas. We have also a class Thursday evenings from 7 to 8 with Venerable Tin, which is in the small chapel next door. And our next special event, outdoor candlelight meditation event, will be on Saturday, July 27th. And the next full moon meditation will be on Sunday, July 21st, which is my birthday. So please visit our website, peacepointmeditation.org, for more information. We'll wait another approximately 5 minutes for the live Zoom to start. Thank you. Okay, for those of you who just came in, this evening we will be joining with meditation centers that are located throughout the USA from the West Coast to the East Coast via Zoom to express harmony, unity, and connecting the power of peace together on this special occasion, Full Moon Day. Our special guest monk, Venerable Daniel Dhammakaya, will lead the meditation via Zoom stream, which will allow us to meditate at the same time. Once a month on a special day on the full moon, we invite our guest monk who acquires the advanced meditation level from our headquarters to guide the meditation to the public. Meditation is a unique exercise for training the mind. With meditation, we hope to ultimately attain and maintain stillness of mind. The most important thing to keep in mind while meditating is to feel relaxed, with our focus gently anchored wherever it feels most comfortable to you. Meditation helps us eliminate the effects of negativity, stress, and the pressures of daily life. It allows us to stay positive and optimistic in spite of potential hardships. It focuses on strengthening the inner bond between the self and the center of the body, which creates inner peace, a calmer state of mind, and positive energy flow. With constant practice, one will be able to apply this technique to our daily life, which will eventually lead to a healthier and happier lifestyle. This positivity will make us immune to negativity and many other mental afflictions. Some examples of the health benefits of meditation include reduced anxiety, stronger immune system, better stress management, improved memory, enhanced sleeping patterns, awakened intuition, a relaxed body, and a general sense of feeling inner peace. For those of you who just came in, please place your pink lotus LED candle near the leg of your seat. After the teaching monk finishes the wisdom talk, we will give you the cue to pick it up and turn it on via the light switch under the pink lotus. After our Zoom meditation, this evening, Venerable Nicholas Tinasaro will be our presiding monk at our full moon meditation here for any Q&A that you guys might have. So welcome to Peace Point Meditation Center for those of you who are new to here. Thank you.
over 2 years now. For those who don't know me, my name is B, and I'm going to be moderating tonight. We've got our teacher who will be joining us shortly, Monk Daniel. So a little bit about tonight's session. Before we do begin, though, I often like to kind of farm it out there for people to help me choose a quote for tonight for us to read. So a number anywhere between 8 to 150, please, if someone can help me. Just choose any random number, and hopefully it'll be an easy, simple, profound one. Oh, thank you, 108. Okay, I got 108 from Roxy. So it's amazing that we've been reading these for a while now, and we have yet to repeat a quote. So that's pretty cool, huh? I think one day it will happen, but not today. So I've got 108. Let's see what our quote is for today. Okay. 108. Bear with me for a second. Oh, found it. Okay, 108. So, do it right. Do not put too much determination into the practice. Why? Because 1, the inner body is always there within you. 2, you already have the center of the body. And 3, you have the mind that can reach the center. There's only one thing left to do, and that is to use the right method. Make yourself comfortable. Still your mind so that it stops at the center. You're not competing with time. Be at the center. And you know what, you guys? This one is actually longer. So it extends to page 109. So it's a 2-pager. And then it continues. If you feel stressed or too tight, open your eyes and think of whatever thought that makes your mind feel fresh. Perhaps think about nature or the beauty of flowers or any good deeds you have done, or even like an innocent child. Whatever makes your mind sabai. Just a little note, sabai means comfortable, because you have to start from the sabai feeling to reach the center. All right, so that was actually a very good quote. And basically, just to summarize it, we want to start off with our meditation practice in a comfortable position. Thinking about good thoughts going to help your mind find that center point easier. The more peaceful and calm we feel, the more that resonates to the center of the body, helping us just find that comfortable, relaxed, still feeling within. So that's pretty much what this, to me, in terms of a summary is with regards to the quote. All right. So with regards to tonight, we're going to have our schedule. It's typical. We've got our wisdom talk, which will start shortly when Monk Daniel joins us. We'll also have the candlelight with regards to the schedule, followed by meditation and then loving kindness, and my favorite part, which is Q&A. So Q&A is a great time for all of us to interact, to engage, to learn from our teaching monk. Our monk comes with so much experience, so the more complex the question, the more you're going to learn. Not always. Sometimes it is very, when it comes to questions and understanding the mind, it's simple but profound. So a little bit about Monk Daniel. Monk Daniel has been a monk for over 10 years. He's dedicated his time to his passion, which is meditation and sharing it with the world. So without further ado, Monk Daniel.
Okay, good evening, everyone. It's good to be back for this special event of the full moon, where we all come together from every center and every part of America and some other countries as well. Like right now we have Azusa, always come every time. Also have New Jersey. I'm actually originally from New Jersey as well. As also we have Silicon Valley. Who else? Georgia and DC. Oh, DC too. Wow. So can I get a show of hands for anyone who is maybe their first time meditating? Anyone? You don't have to be shy. It's actually a good thing. Anyone here have any more than maybe a year of experience? If you could raise your hand. Okay, so I have a couple from Azusa and also New Jersey or New York. Okay, we have New York too. So whether you have like a year of experience or it's your first time, or maybe it's even your first time with this practice, I think what we will learn from today and continuing to come for every full moon is that it doesn't matter whether it's your first time or you have a lot of years of experience. Like for me, I've learned about meditation since I was little, but when I truly understood how to meditate, I had to come and kind of reset everything I knew to what we're going to learn about today. Because sometimes we think we understand the method, but we don't really understand it fully, and we practice. And the thing is that the most important thing is that the method is actually really easy, but we make it more complicated than it is. And that is what ends up making the meditation not feel easy anymore, not feel comfortable anymore, and it feels more like a task or like something that isn't as fun as it should be. But actually meditation should be relaxing and fun to do, and this is something that we have to keep in mind, that meditation should start from feeling easy, and when it feels easy, it's going to feel comfortable, and when it feels comfortable, when you do something that you enjoy, it's going to feel like the time goes by quickly, you enjoy what you're doing. So this is very important to check with yourself that, does it feel easy from the moment I start? And this is something that maybe we have to come and review for ourselves that, is it still feeling easy from the beginning, middle, and end of your meditation? And the way you can make sure that it's easy is you're doing a method that makes you feel comfortable, makes you feel okay. So today I just wanted to go over some of the methods before we have this special meditation together. 1 second. Okay. So just like I'm sure we've all taken a trip somewhere, right? Especially as our lovely moderator talked about already. It's already halfway through the year, right? The 6th, we're going to the end of June. So in a couple of months or next month, we may be going on vacation somewhere. Or even if we don't have to go on vacation, we have some time for ourselves to go on a break. So everyone, when we go on a journey, we have to make some plans, and we have to make sure that where we're going is in the right direction, right? So we don't end up going somewhere we don't want to go. So the most important thing in meditation is not how quickly you start, but how you start. So this is something that's very important, because sometimes when it's time to meditate, like we're just gonna do in a couple minutes, we just dive right in without checking, am I going in the right way or not? You just kind of go with it, you just wing it, which it shouldn't be like that. Take some time, take it easy, there's no rush. You already booked the flight, you already made the plans, and we'll go in the right direction. So in meditation, it's very important to make sure that you're going in the right direction. So, just like in life, when we go overseas or we're getting on a plane, we have to make those plans first. What am I going to do? Do I have my ticket? Do I have enough money to go? Right? So in meditation, it's kind of like you have to make sure your ticket into the meditation isn't, the best part about it is you can do it anywhere, anytime, and it's free. So you don't have to spend any money. But the money, or like the investment that you should have to get into the meditation deeply, or the ticket as you can, is, do you have a comfortable body and mind? This is like what you need to start with to get into the meditation, to get onto that plane, to get onto that boat, to get to where we're going, is that you need to be comfortable first, the best you can. I know you can't be completely comfortable, but try the best. The more comfort you have, it's like the better seat you will have on the plane. So whether you're sitting in economy or first class, or sitting as wherever it may be, or the person you're sitting next to, all this thing, it all changes about how you go into the meditation, your mindset, and how you can adjust yourself physically and mentally to start. And this is important. So, and when we travel, sometimes we have to prepare ourselves, bring some belongings or something like that, right? But for this, it's the opposite. You don't need to bring anything. You don't have to have any loading. You don't have to have any carry-on. The less you have, the better. So meaning that when you go into the meditation, try to put your mind into like airplane mode, where you're disconnected. Meaning you don't need anything. You don't have to worry about carrying anything. You don't have to worry about where your baggage is. Put everything outside of it. And we've done it before when we get on a plane. We've all done it before. When we travel, it's like we get into that mindset that this 1 hour or this 10 hours, if you're flying to Thailand, it's like almost a 15-hour flight. So in those 15 hours, you kind of tell everyone, I'm not going to be available. And you also know that you're not going to be available because there's no signal anymore, right? So when you start the meditation, feel like where everyone is right now in Georgia and Silicon Valley and Azusa and DC, New York, New Jersey, that the chair you're sitting on is like you're about to get onto a flight, and you're right now the airplane is the room you're in. So put yourself in that mindset that the next 30 minutes, the next hour that we're here together, that I'm just gonna put my mind into airplane mode. There's no signal, no one can contact me, and when the flight ends, I'll be able to get out my phone and check the messages later. But right now, put yourself in, this is the time for myself. I'm just going to sit back and relax and not worry about any of the messages or anything about work, about anything back home. Because right now, I'm on the plane. No one can contact me. Or, right now, the most important thing is, like, if we're traveling whether it's by boat or by plane, depending on how far you go, you may have to switch the modes of transportation, right? Whether it's from plane, by car, get on a boat. For some of you may come to Thailand, if you go to Samui, sometimes you have to get in a car to get to the airport, and then you get to the airport. Some of the times it's a direct flight, sometimes it's not, and then you have to get onto a boat and get onto the island. So you can think of it, we all want to go to that island of peace, where it's a nice view, relaxing, but sometimes you have to change the methods to get there. So this is important in the aspect that when you meditate, that whatever method you use, it's okay to change according to how you feel. So according to the situation. Maybe you need to be on a boat now because you're on the water. Or maybe it's faster to get on the plane, so you get on the plane. But eventually you get to a point where you can't fly anymore and you need to walk, or you need to get in the car. So in meditation, it's very much like that as well. But to not get you confused is that whatever method you choose to use at that moment, it should help you to stay mindful and comfortable. That's how you know you're on the boat. You haven't fallen off into the water and you're not struggling. Right? It's a lot easier to sit on the boat than it is to swim, right? So it should feel easy and relaxing on the boat, using the method that you enjoy, whether it's visualization, whether it's a mantra, whether it's following your breath, whatever method it may be, as long as that method makes you, the key word is makes you feel good. Don't worry about what someone else is using. Method. It makes me feel relaxed. It makes me feel good. So stay with that method. Because the methods are just the way to get to where we're going. Okay? So it doesn't really matter which method you use as long as that method helps you to get to the island of peace, to get you to that moment of peace inside. So it's like when we get to the island, you don't carry the boat with you, right? You get off the boat and then you just let go and do nothing. You relax. This is what we need to do in the meditation as well. Once you get to that feeling, you'll feel for yourself that, you know what, I don't want to use anything anymore. My mind feels quiet, my mind feels calmer. Let me try to just, let go for a moment, let go of everything. Because in the end, what we want to do is let go of everything. We don't need the mantra anymore. We don't need the visualization anymore. We don't need any method at all, because the end goal of meditation is to do nothing. And that's the key. But sometimes there's a balance between doing nothing and doing something. In the beginning, we do something to calm our mind down. Once our mind gets calm, we get to that island. We don't need to do anything. We just relax. And it's like, once we get to that island, we have like a visa to stay, right? Maybe it's 10 days, maybe it's a month, maybe it's 3 months. But eventually that visa runs out and then we have to get a new visa, or we have to leave the country. So in the meditation, when we get to that stillness, it may not last that long, and it's normal because you may have a short visa. So the way to extend that visa is to get to that island often, come back often, and every time you come back often, the amount of stillness you can maintain will get longer and longer and longer automatically. It's like you extend your visa automatically. So don't panic if all of a sudden the stillness goes away or get frustrated. It's normal. The only way to build up that stillness is to repeat. That's why I always say that consistency is the most important part of meditation, because that's the only thing that's going to help you to stay still longer and longer and longer. But the key thing is, if you do lose the stillness, don't worry. Just go back to the method that helps you to get to that island. Just go back to your boat. Go back to the method that you feel comfortable with, and it will bring you back to the island again. So remember that the only two things you really need to do is comfortable body and mind. Go back and adjust those two things. As we listened to in the quote just a moment ago, he actually said the same thing. Lam Paul, one of our masters, he said that when you don't feel comfortable, open your eyes, reset for a moment, adjust your body again, look around the room, take your mind off whatever was happening for a second and readjust yourself, and then go back into the meditation and follow the comfort. Follow what makes you feel comfortable, and that comfort will bring you back to where you need to go mentally. So if you feel uncomfortable, just simply adjust again. This is very important because people are scared to adjust in their meditation, right? So it's similar to your home. When it's too hot, you try to increase the air conditioning to get cooler. If it's too cold, you decrease it, right, to get hotter. So in meditation, you have to do the same. Don't feel like you have to stay in one position or stay in one method that's not working. Because eventually, again, like I said in the beginning, the direction is the most important thing. So if you're off balance, it's like the boat is off course. It's starting to drift and drift and drift and drift. And eventually, you may not go to the island that you want to go to anymore. Or maybe you get lost in sea, or maybe you go somewhere else. So it's very important to adjust. The sooner you adjust, the sooner you get back on course, and the sooner you get to where you want to go. So it's the complete opposite of what we feel that, oh, if I adjust, it's going to ruin my meditation or I have to start over again. Don't think of it like that. Think of it as another chance to get on course. Another chance to get on course rather than starting over again, okay? So I think we're kind of out of time, so maybe we can continue with the Q&A at the end if you have any questions. But for now, let's take some time to practice and see if we can get on course, get in the right direction. And don't worry, because that island of peace is inside of you. It's not 10,000 miles away. It's right inside of you. All you have to do is adjust your body, adjust your mind, and you'll get there quickly. As long as you take it easy, take it slow. The more you relax, the more you release, the more you let go. That's all you need, okay? So just take some time to do that. And before we start, I'd like to invite everyone to light the candle for a moment. And that can be a symbol for us for tonight, okay? So before we start, let's take a moment for everyone to light their candle. And after that, we can sit down and begin our meditation together.
At this time, we would like to invite everyone to pick up and turn on their lotus candle. Now we will place all our LED candles together as a symbol of unity. First, we would like to invite Venerable Nicholas to be the first to place his candle. Please welcome Venerable Nicholas. Now, I would like to invite the first row to come forward and make a line from the center aisle on the red carpet and place their candles around the table. You can place them on the yellow stickers. Go ahead. Now I would like to invite the second row to place their candles. As you are making your way up the table, maintain the peace of mind and gently bring back any wishes or prayers for yourself or your loved ones. The light of one candle can light 1,000 and more. Our own happiness and kindness never diminish when shared with others. By sharing our sense of happiness, we're able to eliminate the whole world. And now I would like to invite the third row to place their candles. And the fourth row and remaining rows to place their candles. Go ahead.
So now that we've taken the time to light the candle on the outside, let's take a moment to light our inner candle, our inner brightness together, which is the most brightest light in this world that can come from inside. All we need to do is take it easy, take it slow. There's no need to rush. because what we're looking for is already inside of us. Just take it easy, relax, and take a moment to adjust our body. As we close our eyes softly, gently, naturally, as if we're going to sleep. Because now it's time for us to rest, but a special kind of rest, where our body is relaxed and our mind is also relaxed. The moment we start to relax is the moment our meditation has already begun. So don't worry, don't rush. Let us focus on just relaxing our body first, because this is the foundation of a smooth and successful meditation. So take a moment to observe, to check, to relax and release every muscle in your body the best you can. An easy way to help us relax and make sure there's no hidden tension is simply to breathe in and out. Breathing in deeply and exhaling slowly. As we do this, take a moment to appreciate how relaxing simply breathing can be. Feeling our breath, allowing the feeling of relaxation to enter our body. Allowing the feeling of our breath to expand, to spread over every corner of our body. Filling us with relaxation. As if our breath is relaxing, soothing, calming. Even as we exhale, allow that feeling of relaxation to come out, to surround us, making us feel relaxed inside and on the outside. And take a moment to smile to yourself. A smile to accept this relaxation. A smile to appreciate how lucky we are to have this moment, where we can just sit, relax, appreciate this moment that our only responsibility right now is our own relaxation, our own happiness. Because we spend so much time and energy giving our love to everyone and everything. But now it's time to give that love to ourselves. To make sure that our mind is in the right place, so the rest of our life can fall into place. The way to do that is easy. Just bring our mind back to the present moment, enjoying this relaxation together, keeping our mind where we feel comfortable, where we feel mindful and relaxed. What if we find our mind getting distracted? Go into the future,
ขอ
go
ขอ
into
เรี
the
ยนเชิญ
past.
ผู้มีบุญทุกท่านตั้งใจกราบพระประธาน
It's okay.
โดยพร้อมเพรียงกันนะ
Gently bring our mind back. Where you feel comfortable and safe. Gradually calling our mind back. Calmly, relaxingly, contently. Or maybe for some of us it may be easy to visualize one image of our choice that we feel familiar with. For example, we can use the candle that we just lit. Or we can imagine the full moon tonight. Imagining the moon or the candle or whatever image that we may choose. Don't worry about the clarity. As long as you can stay with that image comfortably and consistently is the key. The clarity of the image will change over time on its own. Just like our eyes, when we're walking around in the brightness and we walk into a dark room, it takes a moment for our eyes to adjust. But eventually, it will adjust by itself. In meditation, it's similar. When we close our eyes, initially it will be dark. But as we relax, as we release, our mind will adjust by itself. So whether we use the mantra, the visualization, or we can even use both. The key thing is to follow what makes you feel comfortable. We need to listen to ourselves. We need to trust in ourselves. What makes us feel relaxed? What makes us feel comfortable? And stay with that feeling. Stay with that method. As long as it feels easy, relaxing, soothing, helping our mind to slowly and gradually slow down. When the time is right, and we use the right method for ourselves, our mind will begin to quiet down. And we'll start to feel stillness inside of you automatically. It's like the full moon tonight. Everyone, everywhere, will be able to experience that full moon. It's for everyone. But we just need to wait for the right time, the right moment. Our mind may be busy, it may be distracted. It's like the clouds that is covering the full moon. But as we relax, as we release, those clouds in our mind will disappear. The relaxation will be like the wind, gently and softly pushing those clouds away. You'll be able to see and feel the full moon, a full moon of happiness, a happiness that we create within ourselves when the mind finally lets go. There's many of the times that makes us feel uncomfortable is we're holding on to something. The longer we hold on to something, the more tired we feel, the more overwhelmed we feel. But the moment we truly let go, we will feel like a lift or relief automatically. And we'll realize that inside of us we actually have happiness with us all the time. It's in the present moment. It's within you. We have everything we need inside. All we need to do is relax, release. Stay with the mantra. Stay with the visualization. And gradually, at our own pace, our mind will begin to slow down. Because every moment of relaxation, every moment of calm, our mind is becoming more bright. Our mind is becoming more positive. Our mind is becoming more still. Every moment matters. Every moment counts. So let us collect these mindful moments together, where we feel relaxed, where we feel comfortable. And let us continue to enjoy these moments together in silence.
keep your mind gently on track at the center of your body, or at any place that feels comfortable for you within the space of your body. If you find your mind wandering away onto other things, just bring it back each time. If the inner object that you're using as an anchor for the mind disappears, then you can conjure up a new one. But if you find the inner object transforms, changes, there's no need to change it back again. You just follow it in its new form. And your role as a meditator becomes something more of being an observer instead of being the person who visualizes. So you're just the observer of the way in which your inner experience evolves. And although what we see within our mind's eye is not the mind itself, but the changes that take place in what we see reflect a change on a deeper level. A change where our mind gradually filters out all the impurities that normally bring us negativity or unwanted emotions in the mind, and gradually fade away as time goes on, leaving us only with the pure, clear, and original mind within ourselves. So this is the gentle work which we're doing as a result of cultivating this meditation exercise. Something which will put us in a better, more powerful, more liberated position in our own lives. So we continue to work with the mind in this way just for a few more moments in silence until we come to time for some meditation practice. continue to keep our mind gently on track at the center of ourselves. Always gently settled with the inner experience that we have built up for ourselves as a result of our meditation so far this evening. From one person to another, the inner experience may differ. What is built up as a result of our meditation differs from person to person. Of course, there's a sort of peace energy on the inside, but it manifests in different forms depending on the person. For some people, it may be a sense of illumination on the inside. For others, it may be more of a feeling, like a sense of well-being, peace on the inside. For others, it may be pictures, images large or small, that come and go in the mind. Whatever form this inner experience takes for us, traditionally at the end of a practice, we try to give something back to the world from our meditation by means of what's known as a loving kindness practice, which means basically taking what we've built up for ourselves as a result of the meditation so far, sharing it first for our own benefit, and then sharing it more widely for the benefit of those around us in the world, as an antidote for all sorts of hatred or anger that we might otherwise have in our mind. So picking up on the inner experience that we have achieved so far, whether it be visual, whether it be a feeling, place our attention very gently in the center, so gently that there's almost a melting away at the point of contact. Almost as if solid becomes liquid, or liquid becomes vapor, allowing the good, peaceful energy at the center of ourselves to extend outwards within our body, to every cell, every molecule of our being. And as it spreads, we harbor the good intention in our mind that may we be well and happy, free from all suffering. And having extended loving kindness toward ourselves, we can extend it further still beyond the boundaries of our own body, outwards into the room around us, into the building around us, further still outwards into the neighborhood, almost like an aura or a halo expanding around us, with the same energy of peace and goodwill. But this time we extend the sense of compassion toward all living beings without exception. For sure, all the people around us, but also the living beings as well, with the wish that they too be well and happy, free from suffering, live together in peace and harmony. And we see how that inner experience flows from our center, but it may be possible to extend the loving kindness further still, outwards to the whole city, further to the whole of Southern California, to the state lines in all directions. We wish that all living beings here in California be well and happy, free from suffering, live together in peace and harmony. Extending further to the neighboring states, across all the lower 48, eventually the whole of North America, and eventually to all the continents of the world. As if our loving kindness were able to extend across the entire surface of this planet, with the wish that all living beings, whether on the land, in the air, or in the sea, be well and happy, free from suffering, live together in peace and harmony, that true peace might have a chance to manifest within our own lifetimes. We can extend loving kindness in all the great directions, to the front and to the back, right and left, above and below, outwards into the universe, without limits. And if any of us are aware of particular loved ones of ours who are going through hard times at the moment, we might extend particular loving kindness to them, holding their names or their faces in the brightness or the sense of goodwill at our center, the wish that the loving kindness help them to overcome their difficulties with good grace. You might consider those for whom we feel a sense of particular gratitude, those still living, or even those who have already passed, wishing that they too pick up on this positive energy, and trusting that our goodwill can extend across the gulfs of space and time to reach those loved ones wherever they are to be found. So we can extend our loving kindness in this way, lightly and gently, as an extension of our usual meditation practice for the last few moments in silence. Buddhanupa Vena สัพพธัมมานุภาเวนะสัพพสังฆานุภาเวนะสัทธาโสธีภาวันตุเท If you'd like to come to the end of your meditation practice for this evening, you can gradually open your eyes again. And if you feel at all uncomfortable, then slowly try changing to a more comfortable position before gradually finishing your practice. So far, so good, everyone. Not too difficult.
Next, we will continue our Q&A session with Venerable Nicholas. And if anyone likes to share their experience of meditation, please raise your hand.
So, can I say a few words first, and then we'll
sure,
come to
go ahead.
Q&A?
Okay.
Yeah, it will be very short. Yes. But as you noticed, the Venerable Daniel came to us today from Thailand, and it's part of a global event, mostly within North America. But we try to do a little bit of both global but also local to make it relevant to all of us here in California as well. And the full moon this month is a special moon. We've had special moons over the last few months. We've had our flower moon, right, last month. And today we have a similar sort of theme. Usually the most commonly used name for the full moon this month is the strawberry moon, which is nothing to do, of course, with the color of it, but something more to do with the sort of fruits which are starting to come into blossom at this time of the year. Someone once asked me, what's the big thing about full moons and meditation? Which is a good question, right? Because there's nothing to say that like meditation or to link up with full moons, it's not something which is traditionally done, but it's something that a lot of people give importance to. Yeah? And also there's a lot of superstition, lots of quite sort of woo-woo ideas out there about the full moon, which sometimes makes people wonder whether it's like really a thing or not to come together on a full moon day to celebrate or not. So some of the sort of suspicions which you get from people who are maybe not so spiritually inclined is that full moons stimulate all the bad things to come out in people, and like maybe it's the time not to come out of your house and not to meet up with people you don't know, especially in the dark. Yeah. But looking around at some of the sort of research that's been done about the full moon and its influence, then you could be forgiven for recognizing that there is a lot of power out there with the changing phases of the moon. If the moon has enough power to pull the tides up and down, then you can imagine what it's doing to all the water in your body, right? And apparently, it's not just the oceans that shift, but when the moon comes closer to the Earth, the actual Earth itself is pulled up by several centimeters just by the power of the gravity of the moon. So you can imagine the sort of immense forces which are involved with the phase of the moon. So it would be a surprise if nothing was going on at all, and some scientists have actually had a look to see what's going on. Is it all these like werewolves come out, or is it like have a strange effect on certain people, or they suddenly have like a schizophrenic shift whenever the moon comes out full? You know, you could wonder. So they did some research, different people, of course. So what they found is that some things change and some things don't. Yeah, nothing too scary, apparently. But for certain bipolar people, especially apparently if their sleep cycles and their body temperatures sync with the phases of the moon, they are more likely to have a shift from depressive to manic on the full moon. So there is something in that. Beware. Yes. As for menstruation, you might think, oh, like something to do with the moon, maybe something there. They did a study of 7.5 million women, and apparently there was no connection. murder rate, like all these creepy people coming out on the full moon day. They actually did a study of this in Finland, and it turns out that it was lower, not higher, on the full moon. So no worries there. Okay. Sleep patterns. It turns out that yes, there is some changes in people's sleep patterns when it's a full moon, and generally people tend to sleep 20 minutes less than usual on a full moon day. And the last one is cardiovascular efficiency. And turns out, it's a study from 2013, that people's physical efficiency is actually increased slightly during the full moon phase. So there is something there. But generally, we think that there is some sort of energy there. And for those of us who value meditation, then it seems to be a good time to practice meditation, especially together. For our particular full moon this month, according to our favorite book on full moons, the Farmer's Almanac, then apart from being called the strawberry moon, which is reference to the fruits available at this time, then it's also known as the berries ripened moon, the green corn moon, more Celtic names, horse moon, Diane moon, rose moon, and the planting moon. Also there's the mead moon, which is also Anglo-Saxon. Sometimes the word mead means a sort of drink made from honey, fermentation, but it also means the meadows as well. So meadows, like when you can start to collect in your grass. Hot moon, because it's whether it's warming up. Also thunder moon, lightning moon, because the thunderstorms tend to start to come at this time. And over on the other side of the world, lotus moon, so it's more Chinese, named after a Buddhist flower that is a symbol of purity of heart and mind, which represents long life, humility, honor, and tranquility. So what do we do with the full moon, especially in this phase? It's a time to celebrate the fullness of life, give thanks for abundance, get crystal clear, as we do in our meditation, purge things which maybe are not serving us the best, ground ourselves and meditate more. And as you might also be aware, like the moon is one thing, like the sun is another thing, but it turns out that this time of the year we get both astronomical events happening on the same day and lining up, because we have the summer solstice, today or yesterday. I'm a little bit mixed up because I came from the UK yesterday, and it was the solstice yesterday, but I came with the sun, so it ended up being the solstice all day, and it seems to be a solstice again today. Yeah, 21st, something like that. But apparently it's only once in every 20 years that this happens, that the full moon and the solstice line up. So extra powerful, right? And not only that, there's also this phenomenon known as the lunar standstill. Are you interested? Yeah, I teach you astronomy as part of your meditation, okay? Apparently, only once in every 18 years is there a phenomenon where the moon rises to its maximal height at night and also rises from the furthest part of the horizon, giving you the maximum time to look at it. So the moon is in the sky for you to see for the maximum amount of time. So this is known as a lunar standstill. Again, happens only, not in a blue moon, but once every 18 years, apparently. Yeah. Solstice. Well, we know about Stonehenge. We don't know about Stonehenge? I was there. Well, I wasn't exactly there. Apparently they painted it with orange paint to protest oil recently, but normally it's just surrounded by hippies. I think they get a free entrance on part of their pagan religion on this day. But the The thing is that the sun lines up with the stones just once a year, and this is a way of telling the time for people who are technologically challenged. So you just like put a few rocks in place and you can tell the time without having to have a smartphone. Yes, very handy. They've been doing this for thousands of years already. But as the full moon is a good time to celebrate the nourishing light and the idea of the seasons, and having stored something but letting it come to fruition is something symbolic which you can also bring into your spiritual practice. A lot of us have been doing hard work in our meditation, but there's a time to let that come through to full fruition, the stuff that we have stored up within ourselves. Not only Stonehenge, but you may also have heard of Manhattanhenge. No? It's like more local, right? Well, a bit closer. And apparently even the streets of Manhattan line up on solstice as well with the sun rising. So yes, there's some wisdom in the town plan for Manhattan as well. So people turn out for that now as well, to see the rising sun or the sunset. I'm not quite sure which that would be. It happens apparently only once a year as well. Solstice is a time where we have our longest day, and from this time on, apart from moving into the summer, but actually the days start getting shorter as well. So there is a lot going on in terms of cosmic energy as a time to think of the good things in our lives, and the time to allow our practice to bed into the full. For today, some of you are new, some of you have come before, but for those who are new, I would like to say that you might be expecting great things from meditation, and today I hope that all of you have at the very least now a method which you can take away with you to practice further on your own. Meditation is not considered to be like a quick fix where you do it once and like all your problems are solved and you can just sort of carry on with your life, but it's supposed to be like an initiation into something which you can then work with on a regular basis. Doesn't take very much of your time, but the benefits do filter out into other aspects of your life in a way which goes far beyond the amount of time you invest in it. And for those who meditate today, I guess we meditated about 35 minutes, just as an idea, okay? But what I would recommend, if you would like to take it further, is to try meditating, starting out with about 20 minutes of meditation. So you would relax your body, relax your mind, focus inwardly on your inner object or feeling, and if you need to clear your thoughts, then you might just ignore them, or you might use the mantra Samma Arahant to do that. If you can find a time of the day, it can be any time of the day which suits you, when you're not going to be disturbed, when you have good energy, then little by little it becomes habitual for you in a way that it builds day by day into something more substantial in your life. Some people worry about the technique, and it's true that there are different ways in, just like the Venerable Daniel was talking about, making a journey by walking or on a plane or on a ship, you know, the different ways to reach your destination, but they all eventually lead there. The same thing with the meditation techniques, and there are different ways in towards the center of the body, towards the sense of inner peace. Some have more detail than others, some people like more guidance, some people like to have less guidance. Some people like a more symbolic way, more allegory in their practice. There's an app called MindGem, which you can download onto your cell phone, connected with these full moon events, which you can play around with up to 200 different tracks on there now, audio tracks, which you can follow along with of different lengths, which you can experiment and find out which one seems to suit you best in terms of meditation practice, until you get used to the technique, and then you don't need to follow along with an audio track. When you have questions, then we do have regular classes going on here every Thursday evening. Some of you know about already, also every Sunday morning. So Thursday evenings, it's in the building just adjacent with the awning, between 7 and 8 p.m. Every Sunday morning it's between 9 and 11, and generally people congregate for lunch afterwards as well, so between 9 and 11. Also, we do go a little bit deeper on Buddhism for those who are interested. Most of our agenda is meditation-based, but if you are interested in the more Buddhist side of things or would like to meditate longer, every second Sunday of the month in the afternoon, we go a little deeper on Buddhism. So the next one will be coming up on July 14th. Again here, but between 12:30 and 2 p.m. We do some events for kids as well. The next one's scheduled for the 20th of July. So that generally involves kids coming together to have a meal with their friends. Here, bring along a little potluck for the things that they like to eat, which may not be the same as for adults. About 11, and then 12:30 we have a short meditation, usually about 10 minutes for kids, little story, some activities, and if they want to stay on for learning Thai language as well, then that generally happens about 1:30. We have our last Azusa library session of the year on the 15th of July. That's on a Monday evening between 6:30 and 7:30 in the auditorium of the library there. And the next full moon is scheduled for July 21st, so 1 month from now, but that works out as a Sunday. So it will be after the normal events of the day at 6 p.m. And for those who would like to take meditation a little bit deeper, we also have a weekend retreat coming up at the end of this month. So starting this Friday, next Friday, right? Wow, only a week from now. Yes. Generally, I would recommend this being of benefit to those who've been meditating a while already, maybe a couple of months. We come in on the Friday evening, stay over for the full day meditating on the Saturday, and then it ends after lunch on the Sunday. We keep 8 precepts for that. For those who are interested, it means having no meal in the evening, but some other refreshments are allowed. But if you're interested, have a look on the website of Peace Point, and I think you will see the details there. Some people don't want to stay over, that's fine too. Let us know, and you can sort of come early in the morning, go back at night. But some people like to build up the hours of meditation, and generally the more experience you have, then the deeper you can go in your meditation. So that's a good way to make progress. And our next outdoor event is coming up at the end of next month, outdoor candlelight meditation. We try to organize that always on a Saturday when people are free, but we push it back to 7:30 in the evening for the registration, and the actual event takes place outside between 8 and 9. So it actually will get dark enough for us to see the candles that we have lit. Yes, indeed. So feel free to come to that or bring along family members, even kids like it as well. But at this point, I will switch over to question mode. And what she said just now, yes, I'd be very happy to hear any questions, comments, or feedback.
Does anyone have any questions and you'd like to raise your hand?
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy, yeah.
Even about your meditation. Yes, go on.
For the retreat,
Yes.
we sign online, right?
Yeah, there's an online thing, forum, I believe. Yes.
Yes.
And any other details, please ask Chintana as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's go on YouTube.
Did you try observing all 8 precepts all 3 days?
Yes, that is recommended. 8 precepts is like, it may sound a little bit funny for people who are not used to these sort of things, but there's 3 extra rules about basically not eating in the evening, not getting mixed up with too many distracting things. I generalize a lot, and also not indulging too much in your sleeping habits. So we're not saying that eating in the evening is like bad or immoral or something, but all these things, they are distractions. So the idea is to make a very simple lifestyle so that people can really focus inwardly and focus on their meditation as much as possible.
You want to feel content, but not extremely full. Plus, you'll be meditating for the entire day. Technically, that's all.
Well, for 4 sessions of the day,
4 sessions,
otherwise people will be scared, like, oh yeah, don't move, like 24 hours.
Yeah.
So it's 4 sessions, like a little bit like this one: talk, meditation, 4 times. during the day.
So you're not going to be expending a lot of energy, so that's why you don't. It's better if you don't eat in the evening, anyways.
I actually have a couple questions. The first one is around, they both are around this notion of comfort that I found really interesting. One is, I noticed that when I was starting and to relax, I noticed more discomfort in my body. So the comfort led to more discomfort. So I was trying to kind of understand, is that like a passing phase, or how does one kind of navigate that?
So meditation is like working together with two aspects of ourselves, the body and the mind, both of which become more relaxed as time goes on. And generally at the beginning of any meditation, you try to relax yourself and you succeed to a certain extent. And then your mind relaxes more and you find that many of the tensions which you thought were just like your normal way of being relax further as well. So as body and mind relax like little by little, as your body relaxes more, your mind can relax more. And that feeds back into the body relaxing more. So that goes in a cycle by which little by little you get even more relaxed both in body and mind. I think the thing to do is not to worry about it, but just to accept it or let it happen. And often it's the case that your observation skill becomes more as you relax more. So you think, oh, look, there's some tensions there I didn't notice before. In fact, they haven't increased, it's just that you didn't notice them before. But even those will go eventually as well, if you give them time. Yeah. And there's another question?
Yeah, thank you. And the other question is around, so this idea of like feeling comfortable, I feel like that's one way of, I interpret it as like being habitual almost. So like when I'm not trying to meditate, I'm very comfortable in a way. So I'm wondering if I'm really comfortable, then I'm not really meditating, it feels. So I'm trying to understand the distinction.
I think what the Venerable Daniel said about comfort, it's true, but it needs to be qualified a little bit. And really the full-length version is there's a balance we're trying to strike between comfort and concentration, or comfort and focus. So if you want to be really comfortable, you just lie down and go to sleep. But that will not achieve anything for your quality of mind, apart from like waking up and thinking, that was nice. But I reckon you can do that on your own without coming to a class. So there's a sense of striking a balance. So most people, they tend to be more on the concentrated side by default. So he says like comfort, and more comfort, because he's trying to get you to snap out of that and just to let things happen, rather than trying to make them happen in your meditation. So in the ideal world, succeeding in meditation would be as easy as falling asleep. You just like, you don't have to do anything to fall asleep, right? You just like let it happen. But in reality, sometimes we need to strike a balance whereby, let's say, we still feel awake even though we are relaxed. So we'll be sitting up to meditate, being, breathing fully, aware of what's going on around us, but not letting it disturb us, not just like going off into some sort of cloud cuckoo land. Yeah. So there is a sense of, yes, an inner comfort, and the comfort itself will lead to that balance happening more quickly than if we try too hard, or we try to sort of punish ourselves or beat ourselves up too much about like this being a serious spiritual practice and having to take it seriously and this sort of thing, which tends not to work out so well. So yes, it's like letting it happen, but also being aware that we're working with a balance. Yeah. And the other thing, which I don't know if he mentioned, is that from time to time, going back to make sure that that balance is something we've managed to sustain, and if it's not, then constantly adjusting it to make sure the balance sort of flows for us as well. So that's part of the work of meditation. Yeah. Yes, go on.
So my experience was I was dreaming. Is that part of it?
Well, you were awake, right?
Yes.
So, actually, this is okay. And I'll describe what it's like. Once you get yourself in a good place in meditation, it's like your mind does its own thing, but you're aware of what's going on. So it may seem like daydreaming, but in fact, you have set the conditions by which this happens, and you are sitting there, not falling asleep, but observing it and letting it happen. And little by little, this will lead towards a mind that will be truly still and peaceful. So it's like along the way, you have lots of things coming up in your mind, which will evolve and gradually quieten down into something which is like a true, stable experience. But you have to let the daydream sort of run through to completion, like to reach the end of the movie, in effect, in order for that to happen. Sometimes it takes a while for you to get the end of the movie, but you have to sit through the whole of it in order to get there. So the idea is, if this happens again, you might pick it up slightly further down the line or whatever, just let it run through to completion, don't judge it, don't get happy or disappointed by the process, but just let it follow through, and in the end your mind will settle to a point which is sometimes known in technical language as the standstill of the mind, where the thoughts just stop completely or run out, at which point your mind will sort of engage with where it needs to be.
So that means maybe I could have gone longer?
If it were a longer practice, it would gradually filter through to a point where there's no more.
All right.
Some people take 6 hours. Some people it's less time than that. But if you do meditation every day, then you gradually work through a little bit more each day until you come to that point where the mind has nothing more to daydream about. But if you go out in your life and you do lots of really crazy things, then you have more things to dream about again. So if you can not add to the crazy stuff, then it gradually will get to a point where there's no more sort of content to work through, and your mind will just come to this standstill point. Yeah.
Thank you.
When there's no more thoughts, then that is like really real clarity for the mind.
Thank you.
So if that's okay for questions, we will hand back to our MC, I think.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Venerable Nicholas. As our program is coming to an end, I would like to invite everyone to give Venerable Daniel and Venerable Nicholas here our warmest thanks and pay respect by bowing 3 times like so. Bow. Bow. Bow.
So may all of you have a great sense of renewal and happiness and energy on this full moon and solstice day.
Thank you. And we have some announcements. If you would like to come cultivate some inner peace with us again, you can do so every Sunday morning from 9 to 11 a.m. with Venerable Nicholas here. Thursday evening from 7 to 8 with Venerable Tin. And our next special event, outdoor candlelight meditation event on Saturday, July 27th. And the next full meditation again will be on Sunday, July 21st. Please visit our website, peacepointmeditation.org, for more information. With that, we would like to thank you for joining us this evening. And we would like to invite everyone to have a group picture together to show our unity of inner peace and create world peace. Thank you.
Yes, so you can stand on near the stage, half and circle.
Near the table, yeah. Center table, yeah, not my table.
Maybe and half a circle around the table. Thank you everyone for come to group meditation together, for share your energy, positive energy together. And today we have people that meditate together. Every branch is more than 300 people. will post the picture on our Facebook Peace Point Meditation. So if you would like to check out, maybe you can check our website and Facebook. And anyone would like to talk about the retreat can meet me. And I would like to ask anyone have the good experience. I would like to have you 2 minutes for interview. Anyone would like have time? You have time? Because we will tell the monk as our headquarters because they would like to know that how about the branches in United States meditation, informal meditation.